Jim Parsons, who portrayed Sheldon Cooper on The Big Bang Theory for 12 seasons, is still puzzled by one storyline that felt out of character for Sheldon. In Season 10, Sheldon swapped apartments with Penny, a move that conflicted with his famously stubborn nature. Parsons expressed disbelief that the change wasn't a dramatic two-part episode, considering Sheldon's resistance to change. While Parsons eventually grew to like the new setting, he remains unsettled by how the shift was handled, reflecting on the creative risks the show took to keep things fresh. Additionally, The Big Bang Theory considered but ultimately scrapped a controversial sperm donation plot involving Leonard, opting for a more traditional approach to his fatherhood storyline. Looking back, I'm still not at peace with it. Jim Parsons still can't believe The Big Bang Theory got away with one storyline but forgot how stubborn Sheldon can be. Jim Parsons is still scratching his head over how The Big Bang Theory pulled off a sneaky plot twist that even Sheldon Cooper's massive brain didn't see coming. The famously stubborn genius, known for his rigid ways, got tangled up in a storyline that somehow managed to skip right over his signature obstinacy. Parsons, who brought the eccentric physicist to life for 12 seasons, admits he's still in disbelief that the writers slipped this one past both him and the fans. It's a wild moment that reminds us all, even Sheldon can surprise us when we least expect it. Parsons reflects on Sheldon's out-of-character move, why that apartment swap still feels off. Looking back, I'm still not at peace with it. Jim Parsons is getting real about one storyline in The Big Bang Theory that still doesn't sit right with him. Remember when Sheldon Cooper, our beloved, change-averse genius, swapped apartments with Penny in Season 10? Yeah, that move had Parsons scratching his head. And no, it wasn't about moving in with Amy, it was the fact that Sheldon, of all people, would willingly leave his sacred space. Parsons felt the decision was, well, out of whack. He couldn't believe it wasn't a dramatic two-parter, with Sheldon refusing to leave by, say, chaining himself to the kitchen island. But that's not the direction the writers wanted to take. Recalling how his ultra-stubborn alter ego simply packed up and moved across the hall, he asserted, via TV line. They made it work, but I mostly had to ignore my own feelings. At the very least, I couldn't believe it wasn't a two-part very special episode where Sheldon ties himself to the kitchen island and won't leave. But that wasn't what they wanted to do. Despite his initial reservations, Parsons eventually made peace with the shift. In fact, he grew to love living in Penny's cute apartment. Adding that while he wasn't thrilled with the idea at first, he wasn't unhappy with the result. The 4-time Emmy winner alluded. Looking back, I'm still not at peace with it, but when we did it, I basically just chose not to think about it. This is about making bold, creative choices that some people are going to be unhappy with. And I wasn't unhappy with the result. I loved living over there, actually. So, while the move may have seemed out of character for Sheldon, it's clear that The Big Bang Theory was all about shaking things up. And even if Parsons ain't completely at peace with it, he's come to appreciate the creative risks that kept the show fresh and unpredictable. Controversial sperm donation plot scrapped, why The Big Bang Theory kept Leonard's fatherhood traditional. When Penny decided she didn't want to start a family with Leonard, The Big Bang Theory flirted with a controversial storyline, Leonard donating sperm to Penny's ex-boyfriend Zach and his new wife, Marissa. The idea didn't sit well with Penny or Kaylee Cuoco. Acknowledging that after 12 seasons, not every plot's a winner, she admitted. There are a lot of storylines you need if you're going to run for 12 years. You're going to hit a doozy once in a while. Showrunner Steve Holland reveals that the writers seriously considered going down that road but ultimately decided it wouldn't feel okay. While there were mixed opinions in the writers' room, the general consensus was that the storyline wouldn't be satisfying. In the end, they wisely chose to steer clear, keeping Leonard's fatherhood dreams more traditional.